What is energy healing and how does it work? So, I think we all know that everything in the universe is made up of energy, and some people might also break that down into sound frequencies or frequency or energy waves or sacred geometry. That those are the building blocks of everything. Our bodies, our homes, the world, everything we know that exists, our feelings. And and when something doesn't feel good in our body, it seems that a lot of times our energy does want to organize into a more beautiful pattern. And when given the right circumstances, it will do that. So the way I perceive it is this, that there is what's called the 0 point field or the quantum field or the Akash. And in that realm, everything is now, everything is present, and we can access information about you and we can ask for changes. And the way I see this, sometimes it looks like a person has put on in this life, they've put on a big pair of overalls and they have chosen or agreed to wear these overalls. And this is made up of ancestral things, it's made up of the accumulation of your life experiences, and it's made up of your soul line and things that have happened in your soul that are being carried forward. And so when we're doing energy healing, it's like connecting to the bigger you that has choice. And that once we connect to that bigger you, we can remind yourself, you can just take those overalls off, or you can take off part of those overalls, or there might be many layers of overalls, but you can take them off. And from an energy healer standpoint, what it feels like when it's working the best is that it's completely neutral and that you're just remembering that you have a choice. Now, in the human level, you may not remember that you have a choice, but it's like connecting to, when I'm talking to you or asking the yes and no questions, I'm talking to that neutral part of you that does know you have a choice. Sometimes it looks like going through a plasma car wash, because that's another thing that people talk about. The energy in its building block form is plasma, and that's like the potential. And so it hasn't yet formed into a body or an ache or a pain or emotion. It's still in the potential phase, and that plasma can shift instantaneously. And so when we get the question and information right, it's like going through the plasma car wash, and you're shaking off the stuff that's ready to go and returning it to plasma. And then you're left with more choice and a cleaner car or a cleaner you that's ready to approach things in a fresh way. Now, when we're doing energy healing, you can't necessarily just say like ache and pain be gone. Although I'm sure some energy healers can do that. But for me, the way I work is that we ask yes or no questions using muscle testing and pendulum testing. And that seems to be really helpful because it's like asking your subconscious, okay, you've got this shoulder pain. Well, show me the thing that's, the contributing factors that we can address right now, or in the order of importance in addressing these factors. And when we get the yes or no information from your subconscious, that guides us into what is key at this moment to address in order to help the shoulder pain. So, maybe we need to spend time with your ancestral stuff, or maybe it's something in childhood, or maybe it's a stressful situation right now. But that guidance to know where are we directing our specific attention and specific energy to helping things resolve. And then, of course, not everything stays resolved, and that's so frustrating. But, there's a couple of analogies and ways to look at this. First of all, like you don't go to the gym once and then hope that, oh my God, I worked out all my muscles, now I'm good forever. It's a process that you have to keep doing repeated times in order to keep that part of your body healthy. And same thing if you, get sweaty and just live life. You need to take a shower some amount of times, and it's like you take a shower, although I have a pattern of wishing like, oh, I took the shower, I'm good for a long time. But unfortunately, no, like you still have to shower often. And I think we will move in the direction in society where it gets easier and faster to do this, and more people will learn how to do it. And so, it won't be always that you need to go to somebody to get help with taking your energy shower. And then secondly, I think that each person is vast. Their energy is vast. And so whatever we're addressing now at this time is what we can bring into conscious awareness. And then, you have many soul lifetimes. Some of you have multiple souls in your body. You have a huge ancestral line. And there are also infinite parallel possibilities of you. And there are different timelines you might be on. So your energy somehow lives in all of these realms. And we may, as we do the energy work, we're addressing a certain amount of places that your energy exists. And then as you clear stuff, it's like, okay, more health comes in, and then more stuff comes to the surface that needs attention and care. One final piece to say, which is just that, while I may call myself an energy healer, I'm not. It's more like I'm a rememberer or an activator or the mirror to you. And I'm just talking to you and your whole consciousness, or whatever amount of your consciousness is ready to be known in this moment, and helping your conscious level be aware, like, oh yes, I can make a choice here, and yes, it is time to let that go. And great, we can just compost that back into source energy or universe or plasma energy. And in that way, you are your own healer. Okay, let me know your thoughts, and thanks for watching.